Anyways, walking down the street. One day I was walking down, walking down, caught a guy, give me an awkward. I was walking down, he went for a walk, and I found an insulin pen on the floor, I was thinking, I said, wow, this is interesting. It says inject here. I said probably if I take this, probably if I inject it, I'm probably injecting to the wrong spot or something. Probably if injecting the tokens or something. I don't know, whatever. But anyway, so then I said, there's a Mashavas Aveda. Lost and found, return the lost item. I said, if I leave it here, so I said, okay, you know what? Zachiti lemitzvah, Hachi zachim lemitzvah, chudu, chudu, chudu. And my Yom states, the war for mitzvah is a mitzvah, and the war for the punishment for sin is a sin. Sin begets sin, and the mitzvah brings a mitzvah. The war itself, the energy, the good energy, the avalanche wave. Everything we do, there's a price to pay. Everything that we do creates, huge effects. The Yon, Rayata talks about the Patufim Ayon, effects of Patufim Ayon, it comes back to the Taktoin, the Chudu. So it has cataclysmic effects, world effects, like the Rayat says, the Jew doesn't read the news, he creates the news. That what we do creates what happens all around, it affects all the worlds. So I went to the neighbor over there, I saw someone walk, I said, maybe somebody, they dropped it, they looked at it, they said, oh, maybe it's Rachel's. I said, oh, it's okay, whatever, okay. So Zat Hashem, they returned the turn, they went to return the turn, and, so when I got back, I was just thinking, that Baal Shem Tov writes, in the Riyadh talks with Yom that, we think, that person could be brought into this world and we come down, for who knows how long we've been in Lamal or whoever, in whatever place they are, said the Stashin, who knows, and we come down, we could be 72 years on this earth, roam this earth, 72 years just to do a favor for another. So we think this is important, that's important, this is important, the children, the wife, this is one boss in the world, the wife, whatever. Whatever. The whole point is just to understand this. Everything we're here just to do a favor for another. One mitzvah, you're here 72 years, you think everything is so important. Such chashuv, such, ani. And the whole inyan, you're here just to do a favor for one another Jew, for another, doesn't even say it's another, for another Jew. But just to do a favor for creation, just to do a favor and do good for others, to do goodness and kindness, this is the whole inyan. And this is the inyan, this is what brings the Gulashem. We behave in this kind of way, we understand this, when we connect to the pneumius and engrave it in our heart and soul, the Brit Alev was that we understand, just to do a favor for another, just to care for another. I bumped down into a friend in the street. He's talking about. He said that, some young woman, committed suicide, and I said that in Shuk Machane Yehuda. I said, wow, if only I can talk to her before, if only I could say something. I'd say, not worry. People have been through everything, and things turn around. This too should pass. Like Shlomo Melech puts on his hat on his ring. Chulu. I call it over. Everything is good. And in Ra, Yon, chulu. I said, I wish I could have said something to her. I wish, so we don't even know the Rebbe says one time with someone in Shlichus. We don't even know the good we do when we interact in a kind and towards others and say a nice, kind word here. We might be saving lives. That's what I told this guy. I said, I wish I could have done something if I could have, and the Hulu Hulu was the Rebbe talking about one time the Chassid went to do Mitzvahim in Manhattan, and we didn't find anybody to do Mitzvahim. The Rebbe should know that when you walk by, just by you walking by, it has hashpa'ah, mashpia, and everywhere you go, you mashpia Hulu Hulu Hulu, and you should know that there was a Jewish guy sitting in a restaurant wanted to marry a shiksa. And when he saw you, he decided at that moment he's not marrying a shiksa. He wants a freidlach meilach. It's the inyan, to do a favor, to do good, just a kind word here and there, tov here and there. Even one word you might be saving a life, just to understand this, just to do kind, one mitzvah for another. Even the point that this is the whole reason we're here, just to do one favor for another, and this inyan, this way, after the kamocha. And Hillel said the rest is just commentary. And don't do unto others what you wouldn't want to do unto yourself. Just like you don't like things, so taking the point, have brita lev, the kind of lev, that just like you don't like, the other person doesn't like things either. Don't do what disturbs and bothers others, and love another like you love yourself. Just like you overlook all of these. Like someone says, just like you overlook all your faults, overlook do for another. Like Hashem is one good deed, and it's one good deed. The Rambam states one good deed with tips on a scale. To manifest the good. Is already here. A manifest is just one. All it takes is one deed can flip the whole world to good. One good deed. All God bless כל עם ישראל, זה גם בסוף שם ישראל שוטף פה, לבסמים שכהנים לוויים שהם בסמכס דווקא קבלס קדוש לחם פנים כולו מנהל כל עם שבסמים כולו עמד ממנו כל עם ישראל ממנו כן ירצון המנצל לבד כי המלך כי המעקה כולו peace and love and peace. I believe all have this love for one another and do good for one another. Be like the way Hashem created us in His image. Hashem, how everything Hashem does, only Tov. Imagine Kucha Big would start. Think about the Manat Chinam, just to breathe, just to walk, just to talk. Sometimes Ashir, Anam Shanaim, Glam Yadayim, Chulu, Ashir, Shanaim. Just to be, imagine Hashem, there's a song of the taxman. They said, the taxman, you walking, the taxman's gonna get you. You breathing, he's gonna get you there too. Imagine Kuchubi started taxing us in the air we're breathing, He taxing us, I understand everything for Kuchubi was to pay it forward, do good, be kind, and good to others, just like Kodesh was Ein Tov Tov, Aleinu, Chulu. May God bless, the Chai B'Livakam, B'Levakam, B'Agdan Mechala Boyri, Piagofen. My Gula one, I never gives my Gulaskum. Love, and peace. Yeah. Sheikh here now. God bless him, man.